make sure we record. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put these in the chat. We're going to start putting these videos inside of our group on Luhv Plus. So what I want y'all to do is whoever done the homework, if you've done the homework to create 5 videos talking to 5 target customers, just put a 1 in the chat. If you've done the homework to create 5 videos for 5 target customers, put a 1 in the chat. Y'all don't mind if I sip on some tea though, right? Come on, I can't.
Go ahead, King Crew. Go ahead. How you feeling, King Crew? How you feeling?
After that sip, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Okay. So, here's the thing. What we want to do is we want to make this fun enough so that way you can do it. Everybody put fun in the chat. We want to make this fun enough so that way you do it. The reason why we provide you a plethora of options because everybody is going to be able to take advantage of everything. However, you can take advantage of 1, you can take advantage of 2, you can take advantage of 3 things that suit you and that fits in your purpose. Now, one of the things that fits in your purpose is speaking, right? Because if closed mouths don't get fed, if you do not speak, you cannot eat, right? This is one of those things. So if I'm doing you a justice and I'm helping you put yourself in position to get outside of your comfort zone. In your comfort zone is where you will fail. All the mics on mute, please. Yo, shout out to Sean Harlem's on the camera. Oh, what up, Sean? How you feeling, baby? All right, it's good to see Sean.
What's up, Coach Crew? What's going on with you?
What's up? I'm good. How you feeling?
Good.
All right. So the thing is, once again, look, it's 2 ways you're gonna get paid, right? You're gonna get paid through your communication, or you're gonna get paid through your content creation. And you could say you can get paid other ways, but literally you want to get paid from the neck up. Everybody put neck up in the chat. You want to get paid from the neck up. Why is it important to get paid from the neck up? And if y'all want, everybody could put your view like on the gallery where we can see everybody. But why do you want to get paid from the neck up? Because getting paid from the neck up, you're not wearing out your body. You're not putting so much pressure on your body, which adds years to your life. What you're doing is actually getting paid to be able to scale, right? When you use your voice, you can scale the amount of money that you can make. When you use your body, you can't really scale as much money as you can do verbally, because when you're having a physical entity that is, in charge of creating this cash flow or creating money or collecting money, what happens is you only could be in one place at one time, right? So everybody here, if you're looking to scale up, if you're looking to take your life to the next level, then you have to realize speaking is going to be a way that skyrockets it. So you ever taken the elevator or you taking the stairs up? Which one is a little more comfortable? Which one would you rather do? Would you rather take the elevator up, or would you like to take the stairs up? Like, don't play games. Be real. When y'all be in that mall or when y'all be in that place, I know y'all be searching for that elevator first. So I should see a bunch of elevators right here coming up on the chat. So what would you rather have, the elevator or the stairs? So I ask everybody to prepare a speech. Every week you're going to prepare a speech that you're going to say in class. 2 to 3 minutes, right? Who's done that? Who prepared a speech? 2 or 3 minutes. All right, so let's start jumping into that. Everybody got their 2-minute speech. Who has the 2-minute speech? This is what I want. I want everybody to do their speech, 2 minutes or less, and then we're gonna jump a little bit into the book. But this is the thought. Throughout the week, you should be reading that book. Like throughout the week, you should be reading that book. Don't wait for class to come and read the book, because we're gonna be having you do things to help speed up the results. So you should have already been reading the book, right? So when we call up and we ask you to demonstrate certain things that's inside the book, we don't want you now to go and look for the book to try to demonstrate the thing. We want you to have already practiced it. So that way, when we come here, we can kind of like help and pretty much mold, what you could possibly do to improve. So it's one of those things. Okay. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Sometimes, get paid $5,000. Sometimes I get paid $10,000. Sometimes I get paid $2,000 just to speak. Like, yeah. That's something that you would love to do. Just put that's me in the chat, because I never thought that I could get paid $2,000, $5,000. I never thought I could make a five-figure day just by speaking. So I just want to like press that upon you so that way you can see what's possible for you. So, all right, so who's ready? Put your hands up. Marquetta, you had your hand up before prior. What was that about? Let me sip on some of this tea.
Well, my hand was up prior because we were supposed to share our wins, but since you want us to do the 2 or 3 minutes, I'm ready for that too. But,
all right.
but can I say this? I just got this book. Can you see it?
Nope. Come closer to the camera.
Can you see it?
Yeah, what's going on with Zoom today? They don't want y'all to be seen.
Wow, I don't know.
How you do it? Look, it's white. That's why it's white, so it's getting picked up. Put it directly in front of you. So you are in the camera, then put it directly in front of you.
Okay. Let me see if that worked. Can you
Let's
see it?
So typically, like, y'all can't see this mug, right? You can't really see this mug that I have in my hand, right? But when I put it in front of me, you can kind of see it now, right? All right, so I can see the book. Oh, becoming more effective in less time. Let's go. That's right, Queen.
So I just got the book. See, let me just tell you, it's not my fault. I have to say that first, because they told me I was going to get it last week, and then something changed, and then so I didn't get it until late yesterday. So I have not had a chance to read it. I'm just telling you.
Look, that's a personal thing that you do on your own personal time. That's going to help you step into the light. Why? Because we have tons of resources and tools in it to help transform your mind like that, right? Like, to be honest, it really is a matter of a shift, right? All it takes is one shift to really change your life. I promise you. Like, when you get to that other side, you will see exactly what I'm saying. All of the hard work that they told you had to put in, all of the late nights and sacrifices, that's not accurate. It's just not accurate. You just have to become better than today. That's it. You have to find a way to provide value that adds a solution to a problem. If you can add a solution to a problem or add value to somebody else, then you're going to be successful. It's no doubt about it. All right. So the book that we're referring to is Speak with Confidence and Courage. So what y'all going to
my ebook.
Right. So the
okay.
ebook, Speak with Confidence and Courage. Every time we come into this class, that's basically what we're working from, because that's going to give you the blueprint. Speaking with Confidence and Courage, I guarantee you read that book, you're going to be good enough to actually get on stage with confidence, right? So sometimes I would train individuals like I did with Sunshine Naya, but I do it without telling you what I'm doing. Because if I disclose to you how I'm training you, you could cheat the process. And then now you don't know, you don't get to really step into that light. So what I do is I let you discover it. When you discover it, you get to have it forever. But I walk you into the discovery. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to walk you into discovery. So everybody, you're not getting away with this. This is not the type of class that you sit in the back and you don't speak. This is not that. Everybody here has to speak. Everybody here has to speak. Everybody here. All right. So let's go, Marquetta. Marquetta, 2 minutes. Let's get present. Give us a speech, Marquetta, from homework assignment.
Absolutely. So April 16, 2019, while at work, I got a phone call that my 14-year-old daughter was being commuted to the hospital for asthma. Before I could hang up the phone good, I got a different phone call communicating that they needed to know where I was at. I said, "Excuse me?" They said, "Ma'am, your daughter's unconscious. We can't have you in traffic. We're sending an emergency vehicle to you now." And I knew that phone call was different than any phone call I've ever had in my life. When I arrived at the school was lit up like a Christmas tree. Ambulance, fire department. And I was just trying to understand why we weren't at the hospital. And I asked questions, and they said, "Ma'am, we won't be commuting your daughter to the hospital. She has no pulse." And I said, "What do you mean she has no pulse? I need to see my baby." They said, "We can't do that." I said, "What do you even mean you can't do that?" I said, "That's my baby. That's my daughter. I need to see her. Even if you only give me a bird's eye view, I need to see my baby. Do you understand me?" So they began to escort me through the office of the school building, and people are trembling in their bodies and sobbing because they know what I don't know. They're getting ready to call time of death over my daughter. They don't even let me in reaching distance of her. When I see her, I can see that her body is lifeless. And I stretch forth my hand and I begin to pray, "By the name of Jesus, you shall live and not die, to proclaim the good works of God in Jesus' name." And God sent this girl back into the earth. They said, "We got a pulse." And the journey that we've been on since has been unimaginable, but God has given us fuel to bring us where we need to go every single day.
I love that. So what I would love, I'm gonna add, you had a little extra time in there, so I would add this right in this, y'all. I would say give me something to walk away from it with, right? So the moral of the story is, give me something to walk away. Never give up. Can y'all say never give up? Give me, and what we want to do is this. We want to give a call to action, right? So great job. That was how many greats can I put in front of? I put great. That's 2 of them. I could probably throw some more in it, but great job, right? So I want to say that was fantastic. That was excellent. Only thing I want to add to that is a call to action, and I want to add some type of moral to the story, right? So once again, this is why I never gave up. I want you to never give up. If you're never going to give up, somebody say, I'm never giving up. If you, just kind of walk into that with the crowd, with the audience, and just let them know, give a call to action, all right? And say, something that would be empowering, or say something that would, that they would feel that they could walk away from saying, and then also give them that call to action. All right, great stuff. Everybody send some love to Marquetta. Marquetta, that was great. I love the tone inflection. I love everything about it. That was a great job.
Thank you. I'm practicing doing that under 2 minutes or 2 minutes, because I've never told that story in 2 minutes.
Look, that was a lot. That was really good. I think I'm not the only one who think we was impacted by that. So great stuff. Let's continue to go to the next person. If you don't have your hand up, I'm just gonna call on you. Unfortunately, just get used to it. And Sunshine and I were talking on the phone. I told Sunshine before. I said, look, you keep texting me and calling me after I put you in a fight. Why do you keep doing this? She's like, because can't you tell me ahead of time? And I'm like, tell you ahead of time for what? Like, if you're already practicing, if you're already doing the thing, then there's no reason to tell you ahead of time. You just gotta step into action right now when it's time. So everybody step into action when it's time. So let's continue to go. Let's go with Betty. Everybody, your hand should be the type of, look, let me raise the standard here. When you come into this room, or when you do any class with me, I'm requiring you to set the standard and set the tone. That means you show up and you show out. You are a person that the ancestors have chosen to carry on and truly live out this lineage of legacy, but it's starting with you. You got to have the mindset that it starts with you. Everybody put, it starts with me. So when I'm talking about you being the one that the ancestors chosen, yeah, you may have influential people in your life, but these influential people have been here to help start you and spark you to be that domino of change. So when you come in here, I need you to operate. Moya should not have to beg you to ask for wins. She's, well, hey, anybody got some wins? She should not have to do that. Like, you should just be raising your hand. Follow what Marquetta's doing. Marquetta said, I come in here and I raise my hand. I don't even know what they're going to ask me. I raise my hand. Raise your hand and be the best of the best. Everybody put best of the best. You have to be the best of the best. That's our standard. Going forward, we do not do anything less of the best. We are the best. And it doesn't have to be the best against this person, best against that person. Is the best version of myself. All right, Betty, who are you the best?
I am.
So I'll say I'm the best.
I am the best.
All right, let's go. 2 minutes.
All right. So at the early age of 7, I experienced my first childhood trauma. As I lay there with my father and little sister saying our nightly prayers, the police came and knocked the door down, arrested my father. For what? Attempted murder. The victim, my mother. My mother is here today thanks to a woman who found her in a yard and called for help. As she lay there dying, her first words were, I need to get home to my daughters. Watching my mother's strength to rehabilitate herself after being shot 13 times showed me how to be strong, powerful, and a force to be reckoned with. I used those same qualities to write the trajectory of my life. I knew that was not going to be me. I've helped countless women leave situations of domestic violence to improve the quality of their lives and their children's lives. I will continue the journey to motivate and empower women by showing them that there are opportunities which can help them improve their confidence and live their best life, regardless of their temporary situations.
All right, great stuff. You still have some time left, which is good. You got 1 minute and 8 seconds left, right? So literally that's like 40 seconds right there. So this is what I want to say. Everybody send some love to Betty. Send some love to Betty. Great job, Betty. I love the fact that you came up with a lot of confidence. I love the way you orated with the conversation piece about what was happening and the way that you spoke to us. It gave us a real vivid way of seeing it, right? And we're just hearing it, but it gave us a way of seeing it. So I thank you for the descriptions. What I would love for you to do is connect with the individuals, right? And once again, when I'm saying this stuff, this is not saying y'all did anything wrong. What I gave you to do was a task so you can start to get in the space of public speaking. What I'm doing now is showing you a formulas to put around your 3 pillars, right? Because what I heard in both stories so far is the tragedy, the tipping point, the triumph, right? But I want you to accentuate the tipping point and accentuate the triumph. We got a little bit of the tipping point, got a little bit of the triumph. So all we really know is that your mom was in this situation. That was a terrible situation. Your dad was one of the main culprit in this situation, the suspect. And this transformed your life to become an empowerment person across the world. That's what we heard. However, we need to connect to you because not everybody can connect to that story. So how can you connect to that story? In the beginning, you know, you could say a little bit, but then you can go into, once again, you want to engage the crowd. Everybody, we need at least 2 touch points, right? 2 touch points. When we say touch points, 2 engagement points, right? 2 engagement points with the crowd. Like maybe a back and forth call and response type of thing. So in the next speech, what I want you to do is this. And we're going to see if we could do this on the fly if we have enough time. But the point is, now, Betty, going forward, what I would love for you to do is ask the crowd, hey, have any of you ever dealt with something that was so traumatic before in your life? Have you ever dealt with something that was so traumatic that transformed your life for the rest of your life? Have you ever been in the middle of a nasty fight with your mom and your dad? Like, just really connect with somebody or somebody you loved. Have you ever been in the middle? Have you ever been in between 2 people who ever fighted somebody you love that destroyed the home? Like, you just really go into the story of what actually happened a little bit. Then you pull out, you know, the moral of it, right? Why are we talking about these things? We're talking about these things so we can overcome them, right? So we can heal through it, so we can get through it. So great stuff, Betty. Once again, great job. I love the way you came up here in the presence. Absolutely love it. Everybody send some love to Betty if you haven't already. Who's next? All right, Janice, you're next. Janice, before you come up here, are you the best?
I'm the best.
Are you the best?
I am the best.
I'm just, this is one of my tactics. I'm trying to drink some more, so I keep asking, are you the best? All right, cool. So let's go right into your 2 minutes.
Growing up, I had very supportive parents. They gave us a very loving and supportive environment filled with fun family trips and other experiences. They were present for me for every milestone as I developed during my school years, whether it was waking me up early to finish a math homework or yelling swish at a basketball game as the ball went in the hoop. Even though I was fortunate to have such a loving family environment growing up, I was always a very shy person, unsure of myself. I always felt I was taking a step back to let others around me shine because I wasn't confident enough to speak up in some instances, fearing what others thought of me. I finished school and went to and completed college. As I was moving into my career, I felt like I had a good plan for the way I intended things to go in my life. However, I still had those unsure of myself ways. I seemed to be searching for validation from others. I found myself settling in relationships as I searched for the same type of family atmosphere I had when growing up. My choices resulted in involvement in toxic relationships. The most recent one was a 10-year marriage, of which I was so toxic as I endured almost all types of abuse. I held it in and didn't tell anyone for almost 10 years. Even though my family had no idea, no one really knew what went on behind closed doors. I kept composure at work and was always able to keep a smile on my face. I put all my effort trying to please for so long, but the fact that I was constantly put down and demeaned took a toll until finally I said enough. Long story short, I got out and removed all toxicity from my life. Being in the broken down state that I was at the time, this was the hardest thing I ever had to do, but I knew I had to because the road I was on was leading to nowhere fast. Throughout my whole ordeal, I always had big dreams and goals. And once I came out of my situation, I was able to begin my transformation journey. I got an apartment, took on a second job delivering pizzas, and was able to purchase a house 6 months later. I started exercising and counseling, and for the first time, I was able to begin pursuing the creative thoughts of owning my own business. My transformation journey began. I'm almost 2 years in the process, and I found an amazing group of people to share my journey with. I continue to work on me, and I am finally realizing that I don't need others to validate me. I have accomplished great things through adversity. The best is yet to come. I am Janice Luke, and I always heard from my daddy say growing up, Lukes don't half step. I am finally aligned with my true destiny. I will stay the course, and I will leave a legacy.
All right, great stuff. That was good. I thought that was great. That was really powerful to share that. I felt the emotion. I felt, true rawness and inspiration involved. A couple things, just like what we mentioned, right? You want to sprinkle in these little touch points, right? So when we say enough, everybody, if you had enough, I want y'all to say enough. If enough is enough, if all the trauma that you have, all the pain, all the people pulling you down, if it stops today, I want everybody to say enough. And everybody scream out enough. Right. And then you got to the other point where you said Luke's don't half step. So you could use that, right? Now people know you no half stepping, right? So you can say to them, okay, when we do something, we want to put our all into it. We want to really truly step all the way into it. We don't want to put half in, we want to go all in. Everybody say all in, all in. Why? Because what? Ain't no half stepping. Everybody say ain't no half stepping, right? So now you got to play with that, play with your story a little bit. So that way you can have control. Everybody put control in the chat. I want you to understand how to control the room, control the environment. You do that by understanding that you are powerful enough to share your story and everybody will love it. Just understand that. You are the best. So no matter what you do, when you get up here, I promise you, everybody will love it. And it's not because us in this group today are going to say, we love it just because. I'm being honest. We're going to love it because you are already amazing. You are already that type of person. So going forward, y'all, I can't stop and do this for everybody because then we eat up too much time. So going forward, I'm just going to give you the 2 nuggets that you want to add in there. So that way y'all start adding in. And then what we want to do is I'm going to use everybody else. If that was powerful, everybody will put powerful in the chat, right? If it wasn't powerful, don't put anything. So this is how you're going to gauge if your story was powerful enough. Do not put powerful in the chat because you feel bad for somebody. That's not how we do it. Put powerful in the chat if you was actually moved and inspired, right? So that's something that we want you to do going forward. So the next thing is, this is what I want you to do. Janice, you're going to call out the next person to come up. And when the next person comes up, you're going to ask them, are you the best? And then just let them say, I'm the best. And then the person who says I'm the best, just go right into it, right? So Janice, who are you choosing to bring up?
Sean, are you the best?
Yes, I am the best.
Go right into it.
Have any of y'all ever been scared to lose something so important, something so close to y'all? My elderly parents that are 80 years old continue to pay their bills by check. They don't have access to the internet. My dad mailed his check paying his rent into the mailbox. This check was stolen. It was digitally remastered. The check was changed from $620 to $8,200. My parents received their bank statement and immediately called the police and filed a police report. Living in Philadelphia, I feel desperation, heartbroken, like I'm chosen. I'm the only son, so I have to be there for my parents. I immediately got into action to investigate the case with the police and contacting lawyers. With my health conditions, being a single parent, the moral of the story is to be helpful, manage my time, be resourceful, and comfort my parents in these trying times. In addition, I help my parents by managing to help them, to guide them to use technology and pay their bills online. Now, I wrote that on the fly. I'm gonna be honest, because I just came to the class and I wasn't gonna be the only one left out, not coming up with nothing. So while I was listening to everybody, I wrote something.
I love the flexibility. I love the ingenuity of it, and good job. Once again, we want to make sure we do call to actions, right? Like we want to do a call and response. So there's something that we have to take away from the conversation or the speech, and it's something that we have to participate in, right? So make sure we participate, make sure we walk away taking some action. All right, great stuff, Sean. So call up the next person. If y'all feel that was powerful, put powerful in the chat. Definitely want to make sure we learn how to maneuver and learn technology so that way we get the best of it and it doesn't get the best of us. So Sean, call up the next person, ask them if they're the best. They will say I'm the best, and then they'll go in to their speech.
All right. Sunshine, are you the best?
Always.
Sunshine, are you the best?
I am absolutely the best today, tomorrow, and always.
Let's go.
Baby girl, I need you to understand you can't attempt to love anyone else until you love yourself. Stop looking for love outside of yourself. I understand you're trying to fill a void. However, I promise everything you need resides inside of you. See, I know what it's like to feel abandoned by our first example of what it's supposed to feel like, from a man, your dad. Doing everything to be seen and loved by him. This longing turned me into a people pleaser, looking to be loved, accepted, and seen by others. That unloved little girl turned into that unloved young lady, still looking to fill that void of love. That longing subconsciously led me to a 20-year marriage, married to a man that is so much like my father is scary. The forms of abuse that took place over 20 years is heartbreaking. I finally got tired enough. I finally chose me and walked away from 20 years of marriage. I found myself looking at my 16-year-old daughter, overcompensating, trying to fill the voids of what I know she is lacking from her father. Fathers, date your daughters. Know that you were her first example of what a man is supposed to be in her life. Know and understand that everything you don't give her is what she is going to seek in her relationships. Be the promised land that she needs to be for her future. Love your daughters the way she deserves to be loved.
Right on the 2-minute mark. All right, great stuff. I thought that was pretty good. I love how it came out with the story. You painted the picture well. I don't know if you was talking about yourself, but it sounded like it. So I think that's conveyed. But we will get to other stuff. I thought that was a great speech. Everybody put some stuff in the chat if you thought, if it was powerful or not. Just let us know. Great job, Sunshine. Call out the next person, ask them if they're the best. Let's see if they're the best.
Queen Danielle, are you the best, Queen?
I am the best.
Let's go.
Okay, bear with me. I'm having technical issues here. Go. 1 second. Is my screen frozen?
It's a little frozen. It's melting. How about that? It's melting. It's like an ice cube that's melting. So it's still a little cold. We can see you a little.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna turn. Can I turn my camera off? It might make it a little bit better so I don't go in and out.
You trying to use a tactic on me? What you trying to do? What you trying? Jasmine said keep it on. Energy coach said keep it on. Let's go. Yes, Vanessa, right now you got 2 minutes, a 2-minute speech. If you go check inside the group, the Love Plus group. All right, ready, Danielle?
Yep.
All right, cool.
All right. A year ago, it's fascinating how much your life can change in 1 year. Divorce, the big D. It's not a divorce. Now this is actually dealing with all the things that got to the point where I made the decision to save my life because honestly, I was dying. The pain of facing yourself, the codependency, the unhealed trauma for both of you, the affliction that my children inherited because of us. Us is how it started, and apart is how it ended. Me thinking it's my job to heal him, when really all I was channeling was the trauma that I really hadn't faced as a child. Violated so many times, the need of wanting to feel safe. But somehow it still escaped me. The family we built was not an illusion, it was real, but he mirrored all the dark places inside of me that I tried to hide. I live what I call the cycle of insanity. Have you ever been in darkness for so long that it feels normal? I didn't like who I became. No joy, no happiness, trying to prove that on the outside, everything looked good to everyone else. In that house on the lake that I thought was the dream house, the dream life is where he and I drowned. I looked around and everything looked sick, infested with dysfunction, all the things I allowed, thinking I wasn't worth more, and I didn't deserve to be complete and whole, but not for him, for me. I filed for divorce. As I pulled away from him, I leaned all the way into God. I asked God to lead me, to heal me, to renew me, to restore me, free, whole, complete. Love is what I have now. Trusting and believing in myself is what led me right here where I am in this community. Becoming an entrepreneur, owning a credit repair business, and becoming a commercial real estate investor, living in the vision that was given to me. I'm grateful for my purpose and can't wait to see where this journey takes me.
Look, I don't know, man. Y'all are good at writing these speeches. I had to go get some popcorn and some stuff. I'm like, yo, this is a good show right here, man. I gotta get prepared for this show. This is crazy. I gotta keep it going. Great job. Great job. This is amazing. This is entertainment. But what it really is vulnerability. It really is you sharing your heart with the world. It's you sharing your story. And as I told y'all before, your story will give you your glory 100%. If y'all feeling what Danielle put down, please let us know in the chat. I see some powerfuls going up. Great job. Danielle, call out the next person. Ask them if they're the best.
China, are you the best? No, China, are you shaking your head? Girl, are you shaking your head? No. Girl, if you don't come off mute.
I ain't prefer no speech.
Go off the top. Go off the top. You got this.
But first, she asked you if you the best, though. I didn't really
thank
hear
you,
an answer.
Jasmine. That's
I
right.
kind of want to know the answer
Queen.
because I know the answer, but I just want to know the answer for you.
Go Queen China. Let's
Let's
go.
go, China, you got this, Queen. Let's go.
I'm getting there.
You there?
Got this.
I don't know what to say.
China, you better talk to us, Queen. Because I bet you your story is so powerful, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Just talk to us from the top of your dome and from your heart. That's it. Literally. It's so powerful, it's silencing you. Release it, Queen.
Thank you. Me too. I don't think I'm ready yet.
I just want to let you know that we're here. We love you. We support you. This is definitely a safe space. And we understand not being ready because we don't know how traumatic it could possibly be for you. But just know that you're home. We welcome you anytime that you're ready. And just know you're completely safe here. Okay, China? And we got you. We love you.
You muted, coach.
Thank you for that. I was just saying, China, I appreciate you for, being vocal and being honest about that. Not everybody feels that they can share, right? And we're seeing it on different levels, right? But I want everybody to know that they are the best. Like, you are the best. So your time is going to come when we will look back on this day, like I mentioned to you before, China, and we will say, wow, I remember when I never wanted to share. I remember when I was just playing in the background. And we just want to hold a lot of love to you and support you because, just like Sunshine said, we know your story is so powerful because it's silencing you. And we've all been, I can't say everybody, but I think most of us have been in that position where it's so powerful that it hurts to speak about it. It hurt to even think about it. And I just want to say that you are in good hands. And can everybody just unmute and just send some love to China? Because we will get through this, y'all. We will get through this together.
Together.
We
Send-
sending you so much
Yes,
love and
sending
light.
you so much
Queen,
love,
got it.
China. Light
Love
is
you,
our
China.
spirit. We
You got
love
this,
Love you,
girl.
China.
Oh, you know I'm a
Yes,
crybaby.
China.
Love,
Here
love.
for you.
got
Got
this.
this.
And then
Are
the
the
biggest,
best.
tightest
Good.
hug,
Beautiful
China.
queen.
Holding
You're
on.
beautiful.
Yes,
Inside
Queen.
and out.
China, feel all
Inside and
all
The
the
out.
reason
support.
why you're
Love,
here with
Queen.
us.
We holding on to you, China. We got you.
We ain't
Yeah.
going nowhere.
Nope.
Ready, Queen? Look like
Say
you're ready now, Queen.
Love you to life. Anytime you ready, we right here, Queen.
Take your time.
This is what I'll say. Whenever you're ready, let us know, and we'll circle back to you. Unless you're ready now. You ready now to speak? All right, so we'll work on that. You know, not everybody's at that level, and I understand it. I'm not gonna force you. We're not gonna force you to do something, but we will get you out of your comfort zone, because in your comfort zone is where you die. Please let everybody understand that. In your mind, I want you to know, when you decide to say this job, this is comfortable, I'm scared to go. Or yeah, I don't want to do this. This is a little comfortable. This is where you die. This is where your dreams die. It's where your hopes die. It's where everything you've ever said you wanted dies. All right. So we want to step outside of our comfort zone to really put ourselves in position to execute. So we're going to get out of that comfort zone. But once again, sending you a lot of love, China. You're an amazing person. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. So, all right, cool. Next person. Let's go with Jasmine. Are you the best?
I am the best. And I just want to touch on China real quick. China, I love you. You're gorgeous inside and out. You know, when I see you in person, it's definitely going to be a different energy. And I just want to resonate with you because prior to this mentorship, that's exactly how I was feeling with a lot of different groups. I just didn't want to speak. I felt like nobody really could relate, understand, or I just didn't want to say anything because I didn't really know if it was trauma or whatever the case may be. But now I'm afraid not to speak now because of the transformation that you do get when you do speak. So when you're ready, you know we here, and I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, 150,000%. All right, Queen. All right, y'all. So I've always been grateful, but constantly felt as if I was always on a losing streak. I lost my sister, but not physically. Have you ever felt like you lost someone, but not physically gone? Like they're just not there for you. They don't care for you. They don't believe in you. They never even liked you. I lost my grandmother, my best friend, but then I lost my best friend and then another best friend. Shit, I even lost my damn Game Boy. And to this day, that vision is clear. It wasn't until I heard one sermon at my church and realized when I do great and treat myself great, the great is always going to be on its way to me. Reading books and praying, faith really helped me know that everything we see is nowhere near the victory that is coming to me. So that influx weight habit, gone. That holding on to someone because I didn't want to hurt them, but in all actuality was hurting me, gone. And this is because I felt that everything I was going through, I would learn to be a better person. I would learn to be a better me. I would learn to be a better Jasmine Ruby. So faith, I have faith and strength. The strength follows the faith. So yeah, that new body built, not bought. That mindset that conquers all is here. And at this very moment in time, I'm amplified to say that I'm never going back, only going up, because forward is inevitable when you have faith. So have faith.
Absolutely. Great job. Great job. I really love you know, the detail in it. And in fact, I forgot, I'm not supposed to be talking about this right now. So let me just continue to go. Great job, man. It was 2 minutes, which was great. Just so we're clear, always everyone stick to the time. Like if you go over the time as a speaker, that's a negative. That's a big red flag, right? So you always want to make sure you stick to the time a little bit.
What time was that?
That was about 1:50. So that was good. Yeah, great job. So if y'all felt that was powerful, let us know in the chat. Jasmine, ask somebody else if they're the best. We got time for 2 more people. Once again, when we ask you to come in and be the first person to raise your hand, this is the reason why, because we have to start putting a strict time limit on things, only because now everybody has gotten into the community. You kind of know what it's about. You see the love. Now we can start ramping up the execution, right? Being able to execute with speed. So that's what you're going to start to feel. And that's why you're going to start to see that we stop the classes from going too long. And it's only, once again, it's because it's training you to move with speed and be more effective in less time. Usually we don't disclose that. We just kind of do it. But I'm just telling y'all because at this point, it's just, y'all know now. All right, cool. Jasmine, who's next?
Lamar, are you the best?
I am the best.
Period.
Period. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me fix my camera though. Hold on.
Still the best. You're still the best though.
Thanks. All right. My brother died when I was in the 10th grade. I was devastated. He fell from the balcony of his home and became a vegetable. So we had to put the plug. At that point, I became so withdrawn from everyone because I prayed to God that he would bond us together, hold us together, let us have a good life together. He was my friend, my confidant. Who do I talk to now? I felt alone. I was already having issues at home because you see, to my mother, I am the black sheep. And every morning she would give me a pep talk before I would go to school. She would call me stupid, dumb, lazy, every name you could think of. That was me. One day I went to school. It became too much. I bumped into Miss Young, my counselor. She pulled me aside. She could see that I was hurting. She asked me what was wrong with me. I kind of shoved my shoulders and just said nothing. But she said, nah, I want you to come into my office. I was scared because I didn't want to tell her what was going on. But she saw it. So then I became transparent and just let it all out. She told me, maybe we should call your mother. I said, no, don't call my mother. She said, no, I think we need to call your mother. Let's have her down. Let's have her come down for a chat. I was devastated. My mother came down. She acted like she really was going to work things out with me. Ms. Young told us to do some counseling. My mom agreed. But when I got back home, everything changed. She laughed at me. She told the story to my cousins and my friends. They laughed. They all laughed. They thought I was a joke because I had my mom come down because I was crying, that she called me stupid. I went back to school the next day. Miss Young asked, is everything okay? I played it off. I ended up telling Miss Young how I really felt and what was going on with me. She took me up underneath her wing and put me in team counseling that was offered through the school. I began to thrive in that class. I began to do things that I thought I could never do. It is because that class, I graduated at the top of my class. You see, family may treat you bad and family may do things that you don't deserve, but you don't have to be with that type of family. You can choose better. Choose the ones that love you. Stick with the ones that care about you.
Hey, great stuff. Great stuff. And I once again love how everybody's being vulnerable. I love it. Absolutely love it. To me, this is amazing. I can hear the transformational shifts coming about. I could promise you, I could see like what we're going to do in the future as far as how effective we're going to be. And I could tell the ones who still need a little work. And the thing about it is, I want everybody to start doing this. When we start sharing our speeches, instead of writing powerful, instead of listening to, me give you the prompt to write, I want us to write the moral. Like, what did you take away from that? Like, so everybody write what you took away from that. Don't have to go into, a whole paragraph. Literally one sentence or a couple words would do justice. Great job, Lamar. So ask one more person. If they're the best, bring them up. We get enough time to close out with assignments.
Okay. Let me see. Judy, are you the best?
What am I supposed to say again? Yes. I'm sorry.
Hold on, Judy. You
Yes,
about to kill you, Judy. Judy, you about to get your first. Judy, you about to say it again, Lamar. Ask Judy.
Judy, are you the best?
yes, I'm the best.
All right.
That didn't sound convincing. Do it one more time now. All right, go ahead, Lamar, one more time.
Judy, are you the best?
Yes, I'm the best.
All right,
Right.
that was
Okay. So the tumor was so large. It hurt so badly. It was the size of a golf ball. I didn't want it to be real. I wanted to ignore it because it was my opportunity to leave my family and everyone who used me and dismissed me behind. I knew it was something, but I hoped it wasn't. I was lying to myself. I got the biopsy that morning, and 2 hours later, at the restaurant with my friend, I got a call from the doctor. When I heard cancer over the phone, I collapsed to the ground. My friend tried to pick me up. As I cried and cried, instead of empathy, I was told by the manager I was disturbing the guest and was told to leave. As my friend helped me out of the restaurant, I collapsed again. I sat on the ground of the parking lot crying, not knowing what I was going to do. My big opportunity and everything I had worked so hard for was now a distant memory. And this so-called friend would be just another person in passing as I began this new journey alone. If I hadn't already been through so much, I know we go through things for other people. So now all I can hope for is a good ending to this story.
okay. That was a little short. I was not expecting for it to be that short. Let's see what the time was on that one. That was a minute. Okay, cool.
Just trying to shorten it up. Okay.
But yeah, no worries. Because the homework is for everybody to post their speech in the Luhv Plus group. So everybody's gonna everybody's gonna record this speech and post it in the Luhv Plus group anyway. So that's gonna be the homework for today. And what I also want you to do is the 5 videos that you recorded, I want you to post that into the Luhv Plus group as well. So if you didn't do it, here's your chance to actually make the 5 videos. So, you can do that as well. But if that was powerful to y'all, put in the chat, let us know. What takeaway did you get? Let us know. So just when we come up here, I understand how difficult and challenging it may be, but this is the space to practice. This is the space. Like when I think about whatever it is that you want. What do you want? Just write in the chat, what do you want? Like, I want to know, what do you want out of life? What do you want? So I want a world full of love, connectivity, and financial prosperity. I know if I create a world full of love, I'm going to have beautiful relationships. I know if I'm able to connect to individuals, I'm going to have meaningful relationships. I'm going to be able to create impact and add value. And if I have financial prosperity, then what I'm going to have is I'm going to have a life that I get to love, that I get to travel, do what I want, get to do whatever I need, help people out, give to charities, build up the community. So those are the things I know that I'm going to be able to do with having what I want in my world. What I want in my world is to create a world full of love, connectivity, financial prosperity. So it's real simple for you to tell us what you want from your life. And out of those, what you will call pillars, you can start breaking down, right? There's a million things in the world that you can have. You're a million possibilities, but I want everybody to discover, who are you the possibility of? Absolutely love. Can I get somebody to share 30 seconds or less? Can I get your takeaways from the speeches you heard? Ideally, I want somebody who hasn't gotten a chance to speak, like Brendetta. Yes, I was going to call you out at some point. But I really want, someone who hasn't gotten a chance to speak like April, like Anessa, to share what you got from these speeches in just 30 seconds or less.
Absolutely.
I think everyone has a story. Everyone has a pain point, and it shows that we're all human. And, you know, we resonate with each other. We love on each other. I love this community. It makes it more personable for me. And it also helps with the tips that Coach Crew is giving and, you know, how to implement certain things in our public speaking so that we'll be more effective and get crowd interaction and engagement. So all these tips are helpful. I'm going to post my speech and my 5 videos and certainly looking for any feedback. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for this community.
Absolutely. So just for a quick thing, look at the instructions on the app, right? So that way we can post it in the right places, because unfortunately, when you post in places that you aren't supposed to post in, we would have somebody notify you and then we delete that. We have somebody notify you before we delete it, just in case you wrote this whole thing out on the app and you don't have it copied and saved. We don't want your hard work to go to waste by just deleting it. So we do give somebody a task. I don't know if maybe it was you, somebody, Moya probably reached out to that person. I don't know, but somebody will reach out to you and go, okay, put this in a correct space. So I'm telling you now, we always post in the comments of that particular post. So to make it clearer, you only comment on a post. So you comment with your video, or you comment with your speech, or you comment with your timeline on a post. That way we keep organization. If you want to get to a post quickly, you use the topic tabs to move back and forth to get to that post quickly. So when you look at assignments are things that I'm going to implement throughout the week. The reason why we implement things throughout the week is to keep you on your toes, but also to give you something extra to do, right? When you have the homework is, you know, that's the main thing. We're not telling you not to get the assignments done. We're telling you to get the assignments done, because the assignments are going to help you inside the class. So everything that we ask you to do, we are challenging you to do it. Trust me, once again, you're not doing anything extra. Yeah, with the speakers class, it might be a little bit extra from what you got going on with the other programs, but you already knew that. That's why you signed up for it. But I'm just saying, I don't want to hear any excuses about, oh, I got too much work to do. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. Let's just drop any excuses and go with the solutions. How do we make these things work? So one of the things is immediately after class, go do the work. Right? This is all going to challenge us to be the best. So let's go with the next person. Let's go with April. April, 30 seconds or less. What did you feel about these speeches here?
Well, this is my first day here, so I'm just kind of catching up on and seeing, I guess, what the objective was for it. As far as everybody sharing, everybody's clearly been through a lot and overcame. So for me, it was just seeing the things that people have overcome. They're here now doing better. And that's pretty much it, just kind of figuring it out.
I love that, April, because actually that's exactly what happened, right? The whole point was to create a 2-minute speech utilizing the 3-step technique that we talked about in the last couple of weeks, which were tragedy, tipping point, triumph. What are the 3 steps? Can somebody put it in the chat? What are the 3 steps? So in your speech, April, when you go on here and you record your speech and put it on the app, you want to have these 3 steps in it. You could start with the tragedy. You could start with that. Then you could follow up with the tipping point of what, okay, tragedy was I lost all of my money. Tipping point is I had to find a way to I had to find a way to make money, but I also had to find a way to keep money, right? So that was a tipping point. I was upset. I had to really make a choice. And then the triumph part is, how was I able to do it? You know, so that's what you heard. You heard people go through some tragedy. Then you heard the tipping points. Some of them had tipping points. And then you heard the triumph out of it. So as long as you have those 3 elements, you're going to make a compelling story. You're going to make a compelling speech. So the thing is to always have those 3 steps into it, right? Because we want to talk about the pain points. The pain points is the tragedy. So that's why when I give out the tip, I'm saying, you know, connect with your audience and see what you have in common. So who here has lost a parent? If you lost a parent, raise your hand. In fact, maybe you didn't lose a parent, but maybe you lost somebody you love. If you lost somebody you love, raise your hand. If you lost your best friend, raise your hand. So now you start seeing people raise their hand in different spaces, right? So now you kind of connect to them, even though your story is going to be a little bit different from theirs, it can still connect to you, right? So those tips, and we'll bring out all of that and round everything out. But this is a full-on practical place where you're going to practice stepping into the action of putting what we said as far as these tips and tricks inside of your speeches in real time. The class is to go over notes. The class is to go over a little bit of homework. And then the class is also to go over some of the book. If you do not have the Speak with Confidence and Courage book, that you should go ahead and get. That's the only requirement for this particular program. Everybody here should have it already because it was required within the Accountability Accelerator program. All right, cool. So great stuff, April. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. So what if you don't have a triumph?
You do. Everybody does. We'll help you figure it out. Everybody does. But if you're going through something now that you want to talk about as a tragedy and you haven't reached the triumph, then
that's where it's at. It's at the tipping point.
Yeah, then you could talk about the tipping point, and you could say the triumph will be your will to get to that spot. So I will. If you're going through something right now, if you're hanging on that cliff right now and you have uncertainty, you don't know what's going to happen in your life. See, that's me. See, I'm in that place right now. We call it the crossroads. See, I don't know which route to choose. I don't know where to go. I think, but one thing I do know is this: I'm gonna get through it. Everybody put "I'm gonna get through it" in the chat, or you say, everybody say "I'm getting through it," right? Because you got to get through what you're going through. See, I can't take no for an answer. I got to find yes. And even if no comes up, guess what? It's the next opportunity. So I may not have exactly what I want, but guess what? I'm going to get it, right? So then you want to start to add those things. Everybody now say, I'm going to get it. Like everybody say, I'm going to get it. So it's really, if you don't have that triumph yet, you now speak to it. Because guess what? How many people feel like that? Yeah, my finances is not where it need to be. So they feel like they're in that spot also, right? Where you got to make them have a tipping point now. Now you got to tell them, hey, yo, you got to get mad. Everybody put mad in the chat. You got to make a decision. Cut off this, cut off that. We always say the same stuff. Why we say the same stuff? So that way you could just get it in your head, right? But we'll sprinkle in some new things here and there, but we want to say the same things because that way it's inside of your mind. But everybody's going to have their own way of articulating, their own style, their own spice, their own pizzazz, right? Your own flavor, because it's coming from your story. But you do want to have these things. That's why we ask you to create your alliterations, renovate, innovate, collaborate, right? Before I became the Mindset Mogul, I had to renovate who I was, I had to transform my beliefs, I had to change my mindset, I had to start waking up early, I had to eat better, right? I knew if I eat better, I could do better, have more clarity. I don't have the itis. Right. So then after I had to renovate myself, I had to innovate myself. What am I going to do to make impact? So now not only am I going to step out to be the best version of myself, I'm going to make sure everybody around me is the best version of themselves. That's how I started to innovate. But guess what? I need to collaborate. Why? Because all the money that I want to make is in other people's pockets. So I got to find a way to add true value. I got to be sincere. All the impact I want to make is in somebody else's heart. So I got to be honest, right? I got to be connected, right? And all the potential that I'm going to create, all the potential I'm going to actualize is going to come with other people. So I got to get around my people. So I have to have strategic partnerships. So I need to collaborate. So you see how I went into that a little bit. So it's just renovate, innovate, collaborate is that alliteration for me, but it might be different for you, right? But when you have those alliterations, you could pull from that one alliteration and be able to break down a whole bunch of stuff. I could go into a whole 10-minute speech about renovation. Especially if you're in real estate, right? You know, you got to renovate these properties. I can go right into it. Oh, you having finance issues. You got to renovate the way you use your finances, right? So you can break these stories down. But right now, all we're focusing on is just being able to get up here and just share. That's really what we focus on. We've taken the very first step is being able to talk about yourself, because to be honest, that's some of the hardest things to do is be able to share your story, talk about yourself, and do it in front of people. So that's what we're overcoming right now. So that way everything else is just tasks, right? So great job, everybody. Great job, great stuff, April, for adding that value to. Who else did we call that? Royalty, what's up? Royalty, what did you take away from this? 30 seconds or less. It's 8:40, so we got to get ready to close up, y'all. Where's Royalty at? Thought I saw her in here. All right, so let's go to Anessa.
Anissa, Coach Crew.
Anissa. Yo, I always mess up names first, but I get it right. I'll get it right now.
Okay. I know I don't come up here often, so you probably like I don't have a chance to say her name.
Right.
I think y'all did a good job. Y'all was up here sounding like poets and stuff. Like I was really trying to write my story, but I was really struggling because for the most part, a lot of stuff that happened in my life, I kind of put on the back burner. Like I don't even want to think about it. And I said, like, once I overcame it, then I just wasn't going to think about it. So y'all got me thinking. So I'm gonna practice on it tonight.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll say before we get into the assignment is remember, think about what you truly want, like if you really want to transform your life, you truly want to transform your finances, it's going to come from communication. I remember I told y'all about the 4 levels of business, right? Like, the implementer. It's unfortunate that we have to go through this, but if you want to get better or you want to have a better life, you got to become a better person, right? You want to have more money, you got to become a better person. So when we say become a better person, you have to be a person that pushes yourself to be totally better. So in China's case, right, China's saying, I don't want to talk right now. It's not that she's not going to, it's just that we're seeing her beginning stages. She's going to get past this point. She's going to look past this point at a certain time and be like, look back on at a certain time, like, damn, I remember when I couldn't even speak in front of everybody. Like, and everybody's been at this point at some point in their lives. So it's important that we hold each other accountable to raise our level, but it's also important that we give love to each other so that way we can grow, right? But once again, your compensation level will depend on your communication level. Like, you don't want to have to be the one that's using your body and implementing everything that the person that created the idea is just sitting back on vacations and traveling. Like, I get it. We want all y'all to be able to do what we do. You get what I'm saying? That's why we have this. We want to duplicate ourselves so that way you can choose a route for yourself that works best for you and your family and what you want to do with your future. But every word that you speak is a seed that you're sowing for the garden of your future. So when you get up here and you say, yeah, I don't want to share, then what you're really telling is the money, yeah, I don't want to see you money. I don't want to share because, you got to share the money. If you come up here and you don't want to share, you're not going to get a part of the money. You're not going to get a share of the money, right? But when you come up here and you say, yo, I want to share, what you do is you tell money that, hey, look, I'm ready for you, money. Or you tell opportunity, I'm ready for you, opportunity. Regardless of the way that you're thinking or not, you need the money to get everything else that you want to have in your life. You want to have freedom, you want to travel, you need the money. Like, you want to help your family out, you need the money. So it's not that we want to focus on the money. Let's just be honest and change our relationship around money, because that's the truth of why we don't have a lot of money. But most people, I don't know everybody's situation here. I'm just saying, most people don't have a lot of money because they pretend like money is not important, and money is important. All right. So the way to override that is to understand your impact, understand that you matter. So everybody put in the chat, everything I do matter. So for the homework, right? Go into this app. So for the homework, what I want you to do is I want you to record and post your 2-minute speech here inside of the Luhv Plus app. What I also want you to do is take those 5 videos, put those 5 videos into the app. And we want you to create another speech. The next speech would include the touch points where we talked about the call and response, right? The call of actions. So the call and responses, everybody say, if I could be real, somebody put be real in the chat. Or if I could be real, somebody say be real, right? That's the call and response. And the call of action is, I need everybody to write this down. Write this down right now. Write your 3 favorite things down right now. And I want you to pull from that. Anytime you see that, a situation gets dark, a situation gets tough, a situation gets hard, just think about those 3 things that you want the most. And just know that if you want those 3 things, you got to go through this challenge. When you go through this challenge, you'll be able to get those 3 things, right? So it's just that's how you want to look at it. You always want to pull from your potential and not from your problems, right? Most people pull from their problems and they don't move. They just sit around. But if you pull from your potential and see, okay, I could become the best person, then you start to operate in a better space. That's why we have this space of love. That's why we have this space of, just promoting health and promoting wellness and promoting you are the best, right? Because we know that having a great environment creates a great outcome for yourself. So, and most people spoke about that when they came up here. Some of the environments that we were in, it caused us to, go a certain way. But those are the homeworks. You can always find the homework inside the Luhv Plus app, inside of our private speaking group. This group is a private group. If you do not have the Speak with Confidence and Courage book, get that. That's the only requirement for this course. It is a free course that everybody's taking right now. We're going to add a bunch of stuff to it as we go. And then once it's complete, all of you will be alumni, and you'll probably get like a little certificate. You won't get the real plaque yet. If you take the next class, you will have a discounted price versus from everybody else because you're already taking this, and you can re-enroll, and you can get that plaque and become a certified speaker, and then you can start using that as your resume to be able to go and get jobs and speaking gigs and stuff like that. So that's clear. All right, cool. Any questions, any concerns, anything? Everybody should be, I see your hands up. I'm gonna get to your hands right now. Everybody should be reading that book, Speak with Confidence and Courage, because once again, we will be going through that next week, and we will be touching on some things here and there. So, all right, cool. Let's go with Marquetta.
All right. I'm really, something about the Luhv Plus app does not like me. I'm just look, you know, I had taken some responsibility in thinking that some of it was user error, but no, it's fighting me. It is fighting me. So I guess I need to understand, because here's the truth. You guys couldn't see my purchase. I had to fight to show you that I purchased the material. Even tonight, you know, y'all couldn't see. That's why I was late, because y'all couldn't see that I was supposed to be in here. And so, and I post stuff and then it disappeared. I'll like somebody's stuff and the like disappeared. Like everything I do becomes a ghost.
Okay,
well,
we'll check.
Not everything, but huh?
We'll check into that for you, because like it's technology. So, you know, technology be having weird stuff going on. So I'm not saying, you know, I gotta just help you out the best way I can. So you and I get on the call, and then I'll share my screen, and then you can kind of talk to me and show me. Once again, Sean, that was me. I deleted that. Like that's what I mentioned. Like when you came in, this is what I noticed. So the post comes up. The post comes up and it says Sean Harlem has joined the program. And I didn't see that you had commented on it because nobody commented on that. It didn't come in. So I deleted that. And when I deleted that, it kind of like minimizes like this. So then it scrolls up and it's like a comment. I'm like, oh, dang, I didn't even know it was a comment attached to that. But yes, I deleted that. So people will delete anything that's lingering around that is not inside of a topic. It will be deleted. We usually, once again, would have somebody tell you that just in case you wrote something down and you know, did not save it anywhere else, just to avoid you writing it all over again. We will have you just copy and paste it into the correct space. But unfortunately, that's my apologies, Sean. I don't know if you wrote something that was beautiful there or not. All I did see a little paragraph message there once it was deleted. So you can talk to me about that afterwards, but I did delete that. So yes, Marquetta, we'll go through it one-on-one. I'll share my screen with you and I'll show you, but the way around that is use the luhvplus.com. Like if you use luhvplus.com, that's the way around that, because not everybody's phone is compatible with that version of it, right? You might have to get an update. So it's all sorts of things that go on, but I don't know personally because I'm not in the phone. I can't see what's going on, but I do know the website is a web browser, so it will work. So if you use the website, you should be good with the website. Anything else, Marquetta, before we?
I was just about to say, listen, I posted stuff inside the web. I'm just telling you now, I put it in the browser and I go in the app and it's not there. And I go back into the browser and it's gone.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll make sure we get done. You said that your account is public, right? So we'll figure it out. Don't worry. We'll figure it out and make sure everything gets. Let's do that tomorrow. If we can, just message me and let's try to take care of that as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool, no problem. Let's go with April. What's up, April?
Hey, the 5 videos is like basically 5 elevator pitches for different clients for your business. I guess just from what I took from it.
Yeah. So you might have different. So the reason why we're doing that is because we want you to pull on being able to talk to almost anybody about your product. So one of the examples that we used was if you have a credit repair or a funding service, right? There might be somebody who they don't know the power of funding. So you want to speak to that person. Hey, you may not be aware of the power of leveraging our people's money. What do you mean our people's money? So the bank is, and you start going into it, whatever, right? And maybe it's somebody who is a business owner. Are you tired of spending your own cash? You tired of spending the business revenue? How about if you had business funded, right? And then you go into the perks of the business funded. So five customers, 5 potential customers or 5 target customers who could work with you and just kind of talk to that customer base, right? And once again, the reason why we have you do that is because there's tons of people out here who could utilize your service. Talking to those different people will start to broaden the way that you can speak to people, so that way you can help them realize that they need what you have to offer. So yes, five different customers.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Let's go with Queen Ready Betty.
Okay, so my question is quick. The videos, I did the 5 videos, but I could not get them to upload in the app where they're supposed to be. But it said put them on Facebook and the app. So are you checking Facebook to make sure, or?
I'm gonna check Facebook, but
Okay.
the reason why I wanted to be into the Love Plus app is for other people to be able to see it. And then
Yeah, it would not upload at all. Like it was stuck, and I kept trying, and it just would not upload. So I put
okay.
them all on Facebook.
Okay, and that worked. So good
Yeah.
job on that. All right, Betty. Judy, what's up, Judy?
Hey, so I just want to say, just thank you guys so much for the love. You know, talking about these issues that I have, I really have never talked about them, you know, out loud. I look forward to this class every week. I look forward to talking with you guys, Big Brother crew, you know, with Sunshine, hearing Jasmine's jokes. I love it. You know, Danielle, and Moya, I love seeing your smile. So you guys really make a difference. And I just want to give you guys credit and show the love that you guys constantly show. You know, it makes a difference, and you guys keep, you know, you guys keep me motivated and keep me coming back. So I appreciate it. I do. I love you guys, and I thank you.
Love you too, sister. All right. So I want to hear from Ryan, because I haven't heard from Ryan all day. What's up, Ryan? Just give us some type of update.
What's going on, my guy? How you doing, Coach Crew?
What's up, brother?
I was trying to get my speech out the way, man. But man, yeah, everyone has a powerful story, a powerful message, and you know, it's just beautiful to hear. So we all went through some things. We're making it out.
Absolutely. And I think you have put some comments in there too. You have a real gift with words. Was it you who put in her G in there?
Yeah.
All right. So I want you to kind of play on that. I want you to play on words, like, you know, because for some reason I just be inside the class and I see something real fast, but it's so clever and witty, right? So what I'm saying is you should probably play on those elements, right? Play on that, like the things that you pick up. Everybody, this is a good thing to do. Use this world as your canvas, right? Like allow you to just throw some things at the canvas and just, you know, let it stick if it sticks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But when you come out here and you play full out, discover what's workable and what's not. And one thing that Ryan does, he's good with just playing on the words. I would love for you to incorporate that into your speeches somehow, because I think you can give a different insight to things. So, you know, when you say, like, for example, enemy, right? Like my enemy had made a song one time and it was called, well, I ain't gonna get into that, whatever. The point is, enemy, right? Is the energy.
Gotcha.
My enemy was my enemy. Now I hear people saying that. I never heard anybody say that when I said it. And that was some years ago, right? So the point is you give different light on that type of thought when you could break it down like that. When you say energy coach, but then you say in her G, you could say, yeah, she's in her greatness. How many people are here in your G, right? If you're in your G, say I'm in my G, right? So now you have a whole nother avenue to talk about things, and now it's unique just because you're so witty with the words. So I want you to use that to your advantage while you're going here, and that goes for everybody. Like Lamar,
Appreciate that.
no problem. When Lamar, when you come up here and you got your warm personality, bubbly, like you are able to switch between, you know, emotion. You should be able to use that, to your advantage. Come up here, you know, smile. Then, you know, let me be real with y'all. Take them up high and bring them down low. You know, start them low and bring them up high. Like, cause you got the type of personality, you just walk in the room like, yo, what's up? And everybody get hyped because of the way that you smile and the way you present yourself. But everybody here has to learn. And Marquetta does it too. Marquetta just did it, right? She came up here. Even though she's talking about the app not working for her, she make it funny, right? She's like, aha, like, yeah, that thing ain't working for me, yo. Like, so how many people are going through something you just it ain't working for you, right? If it ain't working for you, just let us know. It ain't working for me, right? And you want to play with your natural personalities because what it does, it creates a connection. And all it takes is for you to be connected to somebody. They like this. People like likability and relatability. So if you could make them like you by connecting to them in a personal way, as you know, clever, funny, or smooth, or just being vulnerable, that will help. And then just being able to put yourself in that space of relatability, talking about something that somebody else have gone through, they will resonate with you, and then now they would pull on you for like motivation or inspiration or being able to help them get out of their current situation. So I want to say great job. Like I said, I had to bring out the popcorn. Y'all already see me sipping on tea, but I had to bring out the popcorn. Who was that messaging me? So Sunshine or Jasmine, one of y'all was messaging me. Is it good? I think that was Sunshine.
That was me.
It was good. Now, I really loved getting up here and just listening to everybody. So once again, I look forward to going through the app. Everybody here follow each other. Remember, this is a social app. Don't be afraid to follow each other. Like, actually, use this platform to really get the best out of yourself, because there is no other platform like this. There is no, think about it, there aren't any distractions on this platform. There's nobody shaking their butt. It might be somebody that come in because we got the mogul meetups. You might see somebody in there getting crazy. But the point is, you have a space where you could truly leverage your energy, leverage your mind, and leverage other people's energy and mind, so that way you can get the best. Like, this is what we all ask for. Everybody asked for this. So I'm sending everybody beautiful love and energy. Great job today. We'll send some assignments out. And then what we will start doing also, we're going to have some cash prizes within a lot of things that we do. And we're going to have some other prizes too. But everybody who's here for the accountability calls too, I don't know if everybody comes, but if you do come, get your work done this week, because next week we're giving out cash prizes. We're giving out 3 prizes. So be the first one to come get your work done. Be the first one to execute, do all of the assignments that we're asking you to do. And you be one of those people who get that $100 or that other type of prize that we have at 3 prizes. All right. Peace, love, and beautiful energy. I will see everybody tomorrow in the AM if you are on the call. All right, y'all. Peace.